Hello, this is Matty77 of Bottom Feeders Incorporated, and if you're joining me today, we're starting up Is It Art, Series 3, Shadow of the Colossus, which I've been looking forward to since I've started this segment of my channel. Okay, we got Wander and Aggro going into the beautifully redesigned temple. Everything in this is beautiful. Blue Point did an excellent job rebuilding the assets from the ground up. Just visually, as art, it's art. I mean, obviously, when I look at art, video games is art. Not only is it subjective, but I'm looking at deeper thematically and as a whole. But even on just a visual standpoint, they nailed this. It's everything you remember Shadow of the Colossus looking like, even though it didn't actually. And it runs perfect. Because it's the same, they bolted those new assets onto the old game, which some people complain about, but I don't have an issue with. The old game was fine. They put some new controls on that work a little better in my opinion, but if you like the old school style, that's perfectly fine too. Alright, oh, I didn't mean to pause it, but you know what? I'm gonna... Okay. I don't know how I managed to pause it. Well, I was doing the volume control for myself, which I don't think you can see at home. And it must have paused it. But yeah, this is the game that actually got me thinking of video games as more than just something to play. And I know that's not an unfamiliar through line for thinking about games and art. I'm not surprising anyone by throwing this in here. Usually when people talk on the subject, whether it's agreeing talk or passionate argument, this game's going to come into the discussion. Which I'm not so sure at the end of the day if that benefits or hurts the game. Especially when it's a game I think everybody should try once. Not necessarily play all the way through. It's probably not for everybody from an artistic or gameplay standpoint. But it's definitely something everybody should give a shot. So yesterday I recorded 45 minutes of this, and then realized I'd never turned my mic on, and since I have problems with recording audio after, which is what I'd actually prefer to do, I had to start over today. And then we had the inclement weather, and I was shoveling all day. So we're gonna look at the story here.
Was you the last also? View houses is view. Equal kizado you lola. Is was I ku? Au mizukikyo. You are la kwika.
Aggro's a little upset with Dorman showing up. yeah, this game's story is basically you literally make a deal with the devil. There's this cutscene, I think there's a middle point cutscene and an end, and there's some cutscenes, but for the most part, everything is told through gameplay.
You Colossus, you dream. I will think you own you.
Dormi, ifo. Alu yula. Oshtu hailwa wukiu aikwa. Ujisu hiazu tsudoko. Was nordekyo wutiu yula.
I will answer. I will be you item. Dormi, cute.
Izukyumku. Idus orodo yu iweriko. It's not ours amusement. Alu tiklik. If it leads to Izo. Uronora. Oyu. I'll bet. You do. You bet, Sanada. All out. Ola, you do new.
And he don't care. But that's kind of the theme. Like I said, making a deal with the devil. You don't make a deal with the devil unless you're willing to do anything. I mean, that's what deals with the devil are for. Okay, we're gonna go get a lizard tail, some fruits, and then take out the first Colossus first. Well, obviously. I'll go.
Agro.
My niece is watching YouTube. And It's funny, when I first started, I was gonna do that Adventure Time JRPG game. And I was nowhere near as confident as I am now, and I didn't know what I was doing. So I didn't. Now my niece is watching YouTube, and Dan TDM is doing it. And I'm like, damn you. I was thinking of going back to it, but... guys like that with a huge kid audience doing it, I just don't know if I feel right about going back to it. It's kind of my own fault. I mean, I'm getting there, and I could do it now. It's not like... I was a little over ambitious at first, I think. And it's like I'm getting to the point. I actually put up a lot of content for both a hobbyist or for people that actually make money doing this. I actually pretty deep on the content already. But I definitely was about to wanted to come out the gate full swinging in a way that I really wasn't ready for when I first started up. I could do it now easily, but you gotta learn. And anybody that has been paying attention to my channel, so I'm picking it up. I mean, it's not like I'm in stasis. I'm definitely evolved quite a bit already. I wasn't sure if I should leave stuff up to be able to be like, ooh, look how I've evolved, but I think slowly, especially now that I figured out thumbnails, and there's some, it's still, it ain't gonna happen quite yet, because I still on occasion forget to put a thumbnail. And there's some stuff I don't know if I want to get rid of at all anyway. But I think I slowly am gonna phase some of the oldest stuff out as I have, and make sure to know that I have the content to make up for it. Okay, I know there's a... What's that, coconut? Give me your cocoa nuts. But yeah, the game is beautiful, and this is nothing. This is just the opening scene, and it already looks amazing. But some of the off areas, what Blue Point did with them, is nothing short of spectacular. And they knew it, I'd say, because they put... most Sony first-party games seem to have a photo mode in them anyways, but this one has it mapped right to down on the digital pad. And I know some of the other games you can map them, but this is like pre-mapped, and I'm not even sure if... I don't know, unlike some of them, I'm not so sure you can unmap it either. Like, they definitely wanted it so that you'd feel comfortable showing off all the pretty little stuff you come across. And I mean, they made a game that's worth it. Whoa. The heck? Alright, here I am. Talking the game up. I have to find a way to get rid of that. Well, let's see if this will work. So I guess there is still a glitch or two here and there. Well, the question is, do I keep the stuff I've already collected? Guess I can go look and see if... I'm still gonna go back over there. I'm just gonna have to be careful. I don't wanna get stuck again. I don't see it. I'm pretty sure it was just that one. Okay. So anyways, beyond the glitch, yeah, I think they knew how good of a game they made, looks-wise, how that photo mode set up. Never in the original, the remaster, or this, which I've already played through. If you didn't see the saves when I was in there, I've played through this already quite a few times since release. I mean, it is one of my favorite games of all time. I hope I didn't lose those. But I think I might have lost those. I've never seen a glitch like that before in this. I guess first time for everything. If I lost them though, that's cool. I shouldn't have had to worry about it in the first place, but... see if I can do this again without... like, I don't know how I managed to end up swimming in the... That's what it looked like, too. He looked like he was swimming. Okay, so I know there should be even more in here. This place is loaded with fruit. I think the sound's doing something good. Yep, I don't know if that's because of my headphones or... Figures, I finally get around to this and it's gonna end up being a crap show, right? I'll live. But yeah, this is definitely... as I said, one of my favorite games of all time. Use X to guide your horse, really kick him going. Like, some people don't get that. That's the thing, is you don't control the horse. You control wonder controlling the horse. I don't think people get that sometimes, but at the same time, that's not how most horse games are built. I know some people get annoyed at how the horse controls, but to me it's less of a horse controls bad as much as the horse controls more realistically. And not in the current Rockstar, this controls like crap, so we'll say it's realistic to explain away the crappy slow movements. No, it's really, that's how a horse works. It's a living... It's not a car. It's not that a car always follows your instructions either, even though it's an inanimate mechanical object. But horses are living, breathing beings. They do not always listen. And they do make up their own minds, and they do make decisions. You may tell them to go in a certain way towards a certain area, but they still may make decisions on what's the best way to get there. And slight turn here, slight veering there. That's normal. And this is one of those cases where I do think more realistic is better than great control. It all depends on the game and what we're talking about when we're talking about realism, I guess. Look at that. Majestic. Now, for anyone that's never played these games, this game, the Colossi are more puzzles than anything else. I mean, yes, they're moving, they're living creatures, you gotta fight them, quote unquote. But fighting them is mostly a puzzle. I know I'm in normal, because I don't want to have to fight the game. I mean, I will eventually play a hard playthrough and probably do the hard time attack modes. It's the kind of game I take my time with, so I'll keep going back with it. Going back to it, at least the span of the PS4 if there's backwards compatibility, which I don't see how Sony doesn't in this digital ecosystem age, but I'll still keep going back to it. Like, I haven't stopped since I first played it. I've played through this game so many times with all the different versions and editions, it's kind of insane. But it's one of those, like I said, this is on my top games of all time lists. It's a classic to me. Sit on the platform for a minute. But yeah, when I'm trying to do something about the artistic integrity of the game, I really don't want to fight it on hard mode at the same time. And I feel that that's the proper terminology. This game has an integrity to it. One more hit. And the majestic creature goes down. And if you don't notice, the first feelings that hit me are sadness, regret. I feel bad about what I just did. And this. So obviously I can't say that what I just did was a good thing. But I want to bring her back to life, so I'm gonna do what Dorman asked. It's creepy. I guess some people didn't like the face. I don't have an issue with it. It's one of the few places I can understand why people would. It's one of the few places where I wouldn't argue with someone if they don't like the face, but I personally don't have a problem with it. Okay, I want to check out the... Okay. It just showed it to me anyway. At some point I want to climb the temple too. I haven't got around to that. And you kneel. So even there, thematically, there are altars that you save at, and you kneel before them. But that's gonna be it for today. I know, slow stop. We had the glitch. Next time we're going to take out at least the second Colossus, maybe the next two. That's been the first installment of Is It Art? We were playing through, well, Series 3 of Shadow. We were playing through Shadow of the Colossus, and there'll be more talk about that and more gameplay coming up. Like I said, it's been a weird weekend between the snow and my problems recording and a glitch while recording today that I don't even feel like editing out. But we'll get there. That's the thing. When we face adversity, we don't quit, right? So, that's the motto here at Bottom Feeders Incorporated. Until the next edition of Is It Art, please, I hope...